Hello YouTube, Bane666 here. So I thought I'd do a new series designed to help young feminists who really haven't drank much of the Kool-Aid, but really want to maximize their feminist lunacy so they could get a job in universities or in the media or have influence on the government. So, if you're just a young feminist who believes that feminism is just about equality and nothing more, and you really want to go that extra step to, really maximize that craziness, this is the series for you. It's basically just a step-by-step guide on how to really maximize that feminist craziness. So the first masterclass is on math and statistics. So I think the best thing to do is to start with a control example before giving you the feminist version of maths and statistics. Now, I have to give a trigger warning here to any feminists watching. The control example is going to be very, very triggering to you, alright? So I have to apologize in advance if it is shocking and is going to cause you distress, and trust me, it will, because it is the product of a capitalist, patriarchal, heteronormative, oppressive society which is based on misogyny that just hates women, and clearly is the product of white supremacy and men's rights activists like Rushvi. So just a big trigger warning for the control example, because it will really, really shock you. You ready? Okay, here we go. Let's say we have 2 female victims, and then we add 2 male victims to the 2 female victims. What we get is a total of 4 victims. I know that's triggering, I know that's shocking, I know it's hard to believe that some people actually believe this. They actually think this is reality. I know it's shocking. So you might want to pause the video here and maybe go for a walk or call a friend maybe and talk about it, because I know it's shocking that some people actually believe this bullshit, which is spread by the capitalist, heteronormative, patriarchal, misogynistic, oppressive society that we all live in. Okay, have you recovered? Are you back? Okay, good. Let's go on to the feminist version of maths and stats, because it's much better. It's much easier to understand, and it's not as triggering as what you just saw. So once again, we start with 2 female victims, but when we come to the male victims, we just delete them. We just erase them totally, because, we live in a heteronormative, patriarchal, capitalist, misogynistic society which oppresses women. So that should be our focus. So we just delete the male victims. They don't exist. And then we add the equal sign, and we just have to do a quick calculation of the maths involved here. And it turns out that there are 300 female victims. Now, clearly, the 300 female victims are only a percentage, because not all the victims have come forward. So what we have to do is we have to double that to get 600, and then we just add a bit more on top of it for good measure. So, maybe 800 victims. But please keep in mind one thing: this isn't the final answer, because as other people reinterpret this number, it should grow bigger and bigger. So anyway, that was the first feminist masterclass for young feminists who want to become extreme feminists and get a job in the government or in universities or in the media. I hope that's been a big help to how you properly interpret statistics and you use the maths to come to the proper conclusions. And remember, only use this method. Any other method is patriarchal and oppressive and clearly white supremacy and has something to do with Trump or something. So one more thing before I go. 1 in 5 feminist stats will be faked in their lifetime. Oh, hold on a second. That's just changed. It's 1 in 4 feminist stats will be faked in their lifetime. Oh, hold on. Now it's 1 in 3.